Welcome to Software Protector, a .NET Framework licensing system that allows you to protect your software from outside threats. What's really important about this project is that it's open source based and you can download source code whenever you like. You can also download the software for free. There's no limitations on how much you can use it or what kind of features will be blocked, because everything is free, everything is open. You just download the library, download the program, and use it. So, as an introduction, I would say that this project consists of two parts. It consists of the GUI parts, or graphical user interface, and it consists of the library, the core library of this project, which contains the algorithm that will generate the serial keys and validate them, of course. What you really need to do is to open your web browser and type software protector. So just retype it again, software protector .codeplex.com. What you need to do is to press the download button here, and then after some few seconds the program will be downloaded. And then you just press run, and basically this is the installation process. I'll just show you quickly. Oh no, license. Agree. Create the desktop. Really interesting. And then we get the license, which is pretty important. But however, here's the graphical user interface of the software protector. And actually it is the graphical user interface. And actually it's pretty simple, because you have a generation button which allows you to create your keys, and you have a validation button, and then you have a lot of other buttons that you can adjust however you want it. So first of all, it's really important that you have a password, and a password, you should keep it secret at first place, and in second place you should keep it long. The longer the better. But in this example I would just type my own little password. So you can type view password, and then you can probably type my application, which probably will be your application in the future, I don't know. And then it's really good that you put the version number. So it's not required, but it's in case if someone gets the password, they won't be able to get a lifetime license for your software. So I'll just type 1.0.0. That's okay. And then, as you can see, you can just press view password, and it will be hidden if you like it to be so. And that was it. Then you have the creation date. I don't think you need to worry that much about this option, because it's already set. You have it set to the current date today, and I don't think it's so important to change it. In case if you want to change it, then you probably can change it, but I don't see a point in it. But it's really good to change the expiration date, and you can do it in two ways. You can either set the date by opening a little calendar here and set the date when the key will expire, or you can just enter as you can see, you can just enter how much days it should be left. So 40 days. Yes. And as you can see, the expiration date will change. Then you can go to features, and features are basically you can adjust. You can have several applications for several licenses. So instead of making two applications, you can have one application, but it will be restricted to the license that you have been making. So this is just the graphical user part, and then you have the library. And in order to use the library, we'll need to have Visual Studio 2010 or 2008, but it's strongly recommended that you use the newest version of Visual Studio. At least I'm using Visual Studio 2010. And while this is loading, we'll just take a look at the library, because the library is already included in this package. So you just go to the local hard drive. In my case it's C, and then oh, you have the company software protector, and then you have this library. I'll just copy this URL, and then yeah, first of all you need to create a project, and we can create a Visual Basic project to keep it simple, just a Windows application, yeah, Windows Form application, and we can call it a validator, key validator, which will be your program in this case. I just call it like this, key validator. So and then one final step is to type project, then add a reference, and then you have to press browse, and then you just put the file location there, and then you double click on the file, on the library. This is pretty much it. So we can basically just add a button, we can add what more? Yeah, a text box. You can basically make it better. I'm not that good at designing programs in terms of graphics, but however, here's, yeah, this will probably be enough. This is the key validator, excuse me, and what can we write here? We can probably type validate. Shouldn't be that hard to understand what to do. So that's it. Then we go to the graphical user interface, and what we need to do is to generate a key, and basically we are done. We can also, however, add a certain amount of keys that we want to generate. So for instance, I can type 10,000 keys or 1,000 keys, and then we'll get a list of those keys, and then I can copy it to the clipboard, and then I probably can open a notepad or some editor, and then I put those keys, and then I can probably send them to a really good customer who bought 10,000 keys. However, let's close this, and then yes, so let's work on the validator. So just double click on the validate button, and the really first step is to type skgl.generate, because that's the class that we'll have to use, and then we type just validate. That's everything we'll do. Oh wait, that's not C#, excuse me. Dim skgl validate as skgl.generate. Validate, excuse me, I'm so confused today. It's pretty much it. Oh yes, don't forget to create a new instance of this class. And now you can type that if it is so that, oh yeah, first of all, this is really good to do before you continue. You just need to enter the key that you should validate, because otherwise it doesn't know what to validate. And there are a few steps, a few things that we have to include. So the key, and where do we have the key? We have the text box .text. There we have the key, and then we have the probably I should put it a bit above here so it'd be easier. So validate dot secret face, and it will be equal the password. So just copy, paste, and then we go to this validation procedure, and just type if the validate dot is valid, and the validate is expired equals false, and it's really important. Then I want the software to prompt this license is active. Till plus validate till and then the expire date. It's how simple it is. Else the user will see that the license has expired. So let's try to use some of these functionalities. Yes. So now we compile this project. As you can see, I'll just minimize. This is the new validator. Let's use this library. And of course, if we copy this key and put it into this box, the license is active till 2012 or 025. That's really what I wanted to get. If I, however, change the date, we can simply type 0. Don't forget to change this back to 1, and change it to 0. And now we copy the key. The license has expired. That's it. So it's the same as if I would have had like 8 days left, or time remaining would be 10 days, and then I could have just waited in 10 days or changed my calendar, and then the license would have expired. So that's how it works. Then it will probably be interesting to look at the features. So features are actually pretty useful when you want to create one version of your software that would be a trial license, and the second version of the software probably the registered trial version, or I don't know, it depends, or just a registered version, and then you probably have a professional version, a light version, I don't know. So there are pretty much information at the SKGL project homepage, which is skgl.codeplex.com. You can press at the documentation bar, and then you can look at some of the useful things to know, especially the security tab. It's really good. I'm begging you to read it because it's it's quite useful information there. So before you start to work with this software, it's really good to read the security information. And as you can see, if we have time, yes, we have time, we can try to use some of the features. So we can say that the first feature, feature 1, by the way, this procedure is called feature locking, so you know, at the website it will be called feature locking. So I can probably say that the feature 1 will be equal to the amount of let's see, no, the feature 1 will be a registered version of the software. We'll just keep it simple. So let's fix this. And here we just need to then edit this code a bit and press if the key is valid, which means if the key has or has not been modified, and it's good. If it hasn't been modified because someone could have changed something, that's not good. So what we're going to do, so if it's valid, then we have to check what kind of version it is. So if validate and feature 1 equals true, then wait a minute. Oh, feature 0. Oh, it's feature 0, yes. Because, I don't know, Visual Basic is 0 based. Yes, it's 0 based. So, validate. Oh, yeah. So, validate dot. Yeah, basically, this is it. So, you can just say that message box. This is a registered version of this software. And probably a smile. By the way, if it's not true that the feature 0, or in our case features 1, is true, then I wanted to check, because probably then it's a trial version. So then I wanted to check if the validate dot is expired. And if it is expired, then I need to actually copy this message here, because if it's expired, then the user can't, we shouldn't be able to use it anymore. And here we can still keep that the license is expired. So let's see how this works. I should probably have some spaces here. So if the validate is valid is true, then it asks the program, is the feature 1 true? And if it's true, then it's a registered version of the software, and we don't need to look if it has been if it has expired or not. But if it is so that feature 0 is false, then it should look at the expired property, and if it is false, then the program hasn't expired. And if it has and if it returns true, then it should tell us that this program is expired, or has expired. And if it has been modified, then it should once again tell us that the license has expired. I mean, we shouldn't directly tell the user that the key has been modified. We should just say that the license has expired. We just keep things simple, and so we don't need to know how the engine is working. Just the license, this license works, this doesn't. So back to work. Here's the key generator in our case, and I will set yeah, this is a registered version of the software, so I just generate some keys and copy, and I will try how this will work out. So this is a registered version of the software, and that's what we really were after, to get this message box. However, if we would change and set this to 0 or to false, and then generate the key, we could have copied it again, paste it into the key validator, validate it again, and then wait a minute, I think we have. Oh yes, we have forgotten one main step. Else you have, just keep it simple, and then plus validate dot days left. If you're a bit confused about why we didn't get a message, that was just because we this is Visual Basic still. Yeah, we need to string. Really important. You should have toString method, because that's integer. So if you are confused about why we didn't get a message in the previous code example. That's because we didn't specify what should be prompted to the user if it's a trial version. But now we have specified that if it's a trial version, or if it's not the registered version, because we didn't have other features for trial version, then we'll just prompt that we have 10 days left. I could have put a 20. Basically, it's really good to have 30 days. 30 days sounds a bit familiar. And then if we would validate, then we'll get you have 30 days left. And you can probably, if you would have some software that needs to be updated each year, then you could have made a registered version to look at the date left, at the days left, so that the user needs to update their version each year. So you could have explicitly said that it's 365 days left. That's it about the software protector. You can find a lot of information, a lot of good information at these two project sites. And you can also find the source code of this, and it's actually written in Visual Basic. So thank you for watching this tutorial, and bye.